Welcome to the wiki site constructed by Ken, Stephen, Tara and myself, Mandy. We've chosen to do an introduction site on wellbeing for beginning teachers. Research conducted by Goddard, Pillay and Wills state that 25 to 40% of beginning teachers in the Western world are leaving teaching or they are just burnt out, and these statistics are just too high. This burnout or leaving the profession in the first year, this could be put down to demands set by the new school, beginning in a new place and trying to meet everyone's request to impress them that you really want this career, you really want to be the best teacher. So often it is forgotten how important your well-being is, and that is what this site wants to bring to the forefront to beginning teachers. There is also research conducted by Noble and McFarlane identifying that there is also a high attrition rate not only in first year teachers for primary school but also within the early childhood teachers, with contributing factors such as moving to new localities, no family or friend support, no professional network, and this can have a negative effect on how we are mentally, physically and spiritually. And this is why we've made this site targeting beginning teachers. Wellbeing for beginning and returning teachers is very important. With such a high attrition rate, we feel that this site can assist in helping these professionals be aware of what to do and how to make wellbeing for themselves really important. This site has many helpful hints which Tara will explain later in the presentation, and also how to use the site. Ken has made a personal recount of his time in Bowen as a relief teacher at a Bowen TAFE and how this affected his well-being. This really is insightful of how hard it can be to move away from your support system. And Stephen will be concluding this presentation, wrapping it all up for us. Our aim is to have this included in the school induction programs and to be accessed by all teachers as a tool for their well-being and remind them how important they are, and we don't want to see that their first year is their last year. Thank you.
Setting learning managers. Welcome to @2BLP, a resource for wellbeing of learning managers. My name's Ken McQuarrie and I'm here to help, along with other colleagues Stephen, Tanya and Mandy, to assist you in establishing wellbeing for your own personal self. In particular, my personal reflection is on the well-being of learning managers working away from home. Home being the key word. What do homes have? What do you miss when you're working away from home? Apart from family and friends, you may miss your sporting activities or recreational activities, the social interaction. There's numerous things that you may miss from home that affects your well-being. You may even just want to have a piece of toast out of your own pop-out toaster with your family and homely possessions around you. We at BLP have identified some of the hazards of well-being, along with offering suggestions and resources to assist you based on our executive team members' personal research and findings. So be sure to have a good troll around our site and investigate and delve as far as you wish, and keep an eye out for Ken's top 10 tips on well-being for learning managers working away from that keyword home, so that we don't feel that we all felt back when we first started school in grade 1, like a fish out of water, which is exactly how I feel when I started teaching and working away from home. just felt like a fish out of water, gasping for air.
Hi, my name is Tara Griffin and I'm excited to talk to you and demonstrate and promote our resource. Now, the target audience for our package is beginning and returning teachers. We've called ourselves Wellbeing Warriors, and that we were funded and developed by Education Queensland as an initiative to help improve young educators' resilience, social emotional learning, and most importantly, their well-being. Our big catch cry and slogan throughout our wiki resource is "Your first year should not be your last." Now, this resource is quite informative, detailed, interactive, reflective. It's not something you can just look at once and not be challenged by. It would be thoroughly useful, and if it was implemented on induction days by principals, authentic, it's up to date, it's something that could be used by everyone. But for this assessment, we wanted to just specifically target beginning teachers. However, I'm sure if a teacher of 30 years was to glance upon this, there is something in there for them as well. We have various things, or aspects I should say, that we have discussed. We have various definitions on well-being, social emotional learning, resilience. Probably one of the most amazing parts of our site is the resources page. Many links to go to and refer to. For example, I'm just clicking on it. The Secret to a Great Year, the Flying Start Induction Toolkit, Identifying Needs and Goals, Health and Wellbeing.
Hi, I'm Stephen Cullum. You can call me Steve. I'm the fourth member of this group project, EDED 11401, Building Learning Partnerships of Central Queensland University, Rockhampton. The project was all about leaving new educators a resource, a very important one, something to think about right from day one. And by now you've got a fair idea of what this resource entails. So without further ado, I invite you to pause this video, go grab a pen and some paper, and we're going to tell you exactly where this resource lives on the internet. Go. My role in this presentation has been twofold. Firstly, to tell you a little bit about balanced lifestyles, one of the critical elements of health, well-being and social and emotional learning. And number two, to round it off. I've role modelled balanced lifestyles for you in many ways, at home and through the workplace. I have an escape, I guess you would call it, many of them outside work. I'm a semi-professional musician. We've done homes and gardens projects together, which has brought the family very close and has taught me a lot of new skills. It's given me something to do which takes all the stress out of my work life. And we educators need to break away from the classroom or our learning environment. Absolutely critical. So as an educator to fellow educators, I'd like to wish you all the best in your education and learning management careers. I'd like to leave you with those thoughts of looking after yourself in terms of health, physical and mental, social and emotional learning, well-being including balanced lifestyles, and consider having somewhere to go after work.